Okay.
What's everybody's Snapchat? I need to add people.
Mine's so basic. I wish I knew when you created it, like way before I would ever thought that you could I would have done a cuter name. Like, I don't know when I started it, but you can't change your name, which is stupid.
Well, yours is cute. It just says Caitlin Ann Davies.
Oh, it's Caitlin, but the handle, I think it's like Caitlin Ann 427.
Oh, okay.
It's like, which is like, oh, so boring.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'll put mine in there too. Cool, Jenna.
Yeah, everybody should put theirs in there. That's fun. My sister, it was funny because my sister just got Snapchat again when I was down in LA, and I got all the kids, like I got Elodie and Bodie hooked on Snapchat and the creepy videos. So if you follow me on Snapchat while I was down in LA, you saw a lot of my niece and nephew, and Jenna can attest to this because Bodie was even on Jenna's Snapchat when we all hung out, because Bodie is a big Jenna fan. He's like obsessed. He's like, drop Aunt Caitlin. Now I want Jenna, when Jenna and I are anyways, but I got my sister hooked on it. And then when I came back, I was talking, and I did it while I was there too, but I was like, yeah, I use this to talk about my business. And my sister, I got a text. She's like, so your videos are like too much. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you talk for way too long. I was like, that's what Snapchat's for, using it for your business, just like other social media. And she was like, I was just looking for something funny or about something you were doing, and then I realized it was all about your business. And the OJ snaps are my favorite, or our favorite. I'm like, no thanks. Okay, so we can get started. Today is Wednesday, May 18th, and I'm really stoked that you guys are all on the call. It's crazy that we're already into May, and we're like so far into the second quarter. We're almost in the third quarter of the year and of like the business, and this is when like you have to keep pushing really hard now and talk to more people now, because as we go into third quarter, it's gonna it's such a good time, and people like just know if you're struggling or you feel like you're not hitting Success Club as fast as you were, or that you're not talking, or that people aren't responding, or you're hearing a lot more no's. Know that a lot of people are struggling right now, and it's all over the leaderboards and all over the wall, which is a group that 5-star and above coaches are all in. They're all talking about how they're struggling this month, and they struggled last month, and it's just the time of year, and it's why you need to keep your momentum up. We talk about momentum so much in this business, but it's because as soon as you slow down, or as soon as you decide that you're comfortable or you become complacent in your business like starts to plummet, and it's so hard to get that momentum going again. For example, I will use an analogy for when I was hiking was it Thursday? Was that Thursday? I think it was Thursday. Last Thursday, I went hiking with Tabitha and Veronica, and we tried this hike called Monroe Point. If you're in Portland and you like to hike, and you are not afraid of heights, we can try this. Little fun fact, it gets really gnarly, like really, really gnarly, and it's really steep, and not even towards the top. Like the last quarter of a mile is like 1,500 feet, like elevation gain. Like you're going like this, and it's like dirt and rocks, and you're just trying to so Veronica, she's afraid of heights, and she was slipping, and so we're like maybe 2/3 of the way to the top, and she's like, I don't feel comfortable. And I was like, okay. So we were all going to turn around. She's like, no, you and Tabitha keep going. So Tabitha and I keep going. But Tabitha was wearing Nikes. And when we got to the point where it was going like this, she did not have traction. And so literally I was on my hands and knees crawling up this dirt hill that went like this, and grabbing onto roots and rocks and going so slowly, hoping that I don't slip, but I kept slipping, and it just made me think of this business And we ended up turning around because Tabitha couldn't get up and I wasn't going to go any higher without anybody else. There were other hikers, but like, I don't want to mess with my life. Not an easy hike. But it made me think of this momentum for this business. Because literally, like, if you slow down or if you stumble, or it's okay to stumble because we all stumble, but if you like stop, if you stop inviting, if you stop being a product of the product, if you stop doing your personal development, if you stop recognizing like the vital behaviors, if you stop those things, it's going to feel like you were crawling up a hill on your hands and knees in the dirt, sliding down. And then you have to ass it down because that's what we did. And then you have to try to get back up. And it's really frustrating and really hard. And so even on those days where you don't want to do things, like you have to think of yourself as the CEO of your business. You need to treat your business like you're the CEO. You have to decide right here and now, like, are you treating your business? Like, are you legit treating your business like a business, or are you treating it like a hobby? And there's the hobbyist coach and like the discount coach. And then there's the CEO coach, the coach who takes accountability or takes ownership of their business and shows up and does the vitals every single day. And the coach who's going to make time for themselves and make time for their workouts and make time to talk about the business. One thing that I want you guys to think about is leadership. And know that, don't think that you're not all leaders. As far as I'm concerned, as soon as you sign up your first challenger, your first coach, you are officially a leader. You have brought someone into this business, and it is your job to help them and help yourself. Like, that doesn't mean you have all this responsibility, but it kind of does. Like, it makes me sad when I see people quit or stop because it's hard after they brought someone in and they're just like leaving them hanging. One thing that I wanted to talk about was a quote about leadership, because I think it's really important in this business. So leadership, being about relationships, is a complex, multi-dimensional phenomenon infused with personal and social meaning. Thus, leadership is probably the best understood from a Gestalt perspective, where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So, like, us as a team, we're greater than just you by yourself or me by myself. And you have to think of it that way. Like, to be successful in this business, we have to be working together. We all need to be helping each other. We need to be focusing on helping others. And that is when you will see your business grow. But like, it's really about having these goals, like hitting Success Club and building our teams and accomplishing the goals together, and not focusing on me, focusing on other people. Because when you shift your perspective, your business starts to change. And it can be really uncomfortable to think of yourself as a leader and as a mentor and as a role model, but you have to get out of that perspective that you can't do that. And for a really long time, I struggled with that. I thought I couldn't be a leader, and I thought that I couldn't do this business. Like, I was doing it, but I put these limiting beliefs on myself because I sat across from someone and I had someone tell me I wasn't meant to be a leader and I wasn't meant to be a manager. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm not meant to be a manager, not my job. But for the longest time, that like stuck in my head in my first year coaching. And even when I started to grow this team, I was like, why would somebody look up to me? Or why would somebody come to me as a mentor? Why would somebody do this? And I was putting that on myself because somebody told me that. And even if you don't, like, we all have limiting beliefs about ourselves, and it's something that we have to get past, and personal development is like the biggest thing. But you have to empower yourself as a leader. You need to empower yourself as a mentor to help other people. And it's just by doing the products. You don't have to know all the things. You don't have to do all the training. You just have to show up every day. That's it. You need to plug into the teams, plug into your challenge group, plug into the Coach Sneak Peeks, like plug into these things and be there. But you don't have to know everything. It's just about empowering yourself and showing other people that you're showing up as well. So there's that. Next, what I really wanted to talk about was getting outside your comfort zone in this business, and that can look like a lot of different things. So I actually made a list of things that I wanted to go through. And some of you guys are already doing these things, and some of you aren't. And if you're not doing these things, you should start doing these things. And if you are, maybe you can find different ways to get outside your comfort zone in this business. So my first thing that I think everybody should be doing, and if you're not, you need to, is creating events for challenge groups. And like the Coach Sneak Peek, I made a team event for everybody. And then when you invite somebody to an event, sending them a message, letting them know, hey, just so you know, because raise your hand if you get an event invite at least once a week, maybe twice a week on Facebook, or get added to some random ass group for like Mary Kay or Unique or It Works or whatever, and you're like, wait, why was I added, or what am I being invited to, or what is this? Like, I get invited to challenge groups events all the time from other coaches. But the difference is when I invite somebody, when I create an event for a challenge group on Facebook, or I create an event for a Coach Sneak Peek, I follow that up with a message and letting people know why they're being invited to something, so they actually pay attention. Because a lot of the time people just write off those events and they write off those whatever because they just think it's another MLM, somebody trying to sell them something. And so it's about connecting with people and getting outside your comfort zone and saying, hey, if it's for coaching, I think you'd make a great, I'm hosting, hey, just wanted to follow up an invite I sent you with a message. I saw you talking about wanting to get in shape this summer on your social media and that you were struggling. And I run these groups. They are the minimum 21 days, and it's all about portion control and daily 30-minute workouts and accountability and drinking this awesome superfood shake. I don't know if it's something that you're interested in, but I'm hosting this event. Let me know, and if you are, let's talk more about your goals and how I can help you. Just letting them know that you're actually there and that you're real and that you care about them. And it can be really uncomfortable, because you're going to hear no, but just like anything in this business, you have to get uncomfortable. So create an event, and after you create that event for whatever it is, whether it's a challenge group, a sneak peek, whatever, follow it up with a message, letting somebody know that you're there. The next thing is making videos for YouTube, making videos for your like page, for your Facebook, for groups, like your challenge groups, talking about maybe stuff about the meal plan, meal prepping, accountability for yourself, PD, like you can go on and on, but you guys need to make sure you're making videos every week, if not multiple times a week, for different stuff. And this is something I'm always working on it personally. Like, I feel like I need to make more videos, but it's really uncomfortable and really scary. And my biggest thing is, after I make one, I just post it. I don't watch it, or I will sit here and make like 20 videos and be like, oh, I look like this, or oh, I look like this, or I said something wrong. Guys, we all say things wrong. Like, if you guys know me, you're on these team calls, you know I goof it up, and I don't try to pretend, see, I just did there, that I'm not like that, because you want to be real, and video shows people that you're real. It helps people connect with you. Next is go live on your Facebook. I just realized you can go live in groups. I went live on my team page last week, and I went live in my challenge group, and I've gone live on my Facebook multiple times. I went live on my Facebook about the Coach Sneak Peek, and I literally named it like, what is coaching? What is this crazy thing I'm always talking about? And I talked about my story a little bit. And I talked about why I'm a coach. And I talked a little bit about the sneak peek, and a lot of people tuned in to that. And they watched it, and I got messages being like, hey, your video was awesome. I've kind of always wondered what you do, and I don't know that it's for me, but I want to know more. Like, I got so many messages just from that live video about talking about it. I've also talked about, I don't know, I've done a live workout. I've done live workouts when we were on the cruise. I've streamed that. I've done some talking about food, and I've talked to I do them in my challenge group talking about food and stuff. And so it's really uncomfortable, especially because you're live and you can see people on. And I always get distracted by people's comments. Like the one when I went live, Dylan got on in the other room, and I heard him like cackling. I heard him like laughing about something, and I was like, shit, I'm getting distracted. But I just owned it. I was like, I'm getting distracted. Okay, back to what I was saying. I'm a space case. Like, I'm just real. And I don't worry about what I'm saying wrong or what I'm saying right. I try to talk from the heart, and that's what you have to think about. And let me tell you, the more you do it, the more comfortable it gets and the easier it gets. But it's always going to be kind of uncomfortable. I mean, I'm always slightly uncomfortable and slightly awkward. Next thing is start DMing people on Instagram. If you see somebody who when you're talking to people, when you're quote unquote, I've heard multiple people say this in the coach training the past couple months, stalking. I like to think of it as friending on Instagram when I go through and spend time scrolling in places that I go and hashtags and like connecting with people where you comment on a couple of their photos, asking them a question, making sure you're tagging them and liking and commenting on their stuff. And if you think right off the bat somebody would make a great coach, write their little name down. I can't think. And then shoot them a DM being like, hey, I don't know if you've ever wondered but I don't do this on the first time. I go back around, I have a list, and I go back through and I like their stuff or I follow them, and then I make sure I'm communicating with them. And then I'll send them a DM if I think they make an awesome coach and be like, hey, I don't know if you've ever thought about doing what I do as a coach, but I got this coaching peak going on and blah, 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 blah. Just like on Instagram or on Facebook, like sending that message, letting people know that you're there. And I have a couple like DMs you can send. I was working with Amanda Rakowski on one the other day. So that's something that you could do. Just make sure when you're doing it, you're coming from the heart. Don't be like cut and paste. Don't be salesy. Don't be gross. Like, you want to connect with people. That's what makes us different. Come from a caring perspective and not a salesy perspective. We're not salespeople. We're trying to help people. So you need to ask how somebody is. Also, let's talk about asking how somebody is. Have the 3 feet rule. When you go out in public, if somebody is near you and they look like they fit your brand or they want to talk, say hi, how are you? As long as they're not a creepy, petty looking person. Like, I've definitely had those people. But like today, and it just, I don't know, I'm a friendly person and really awkward sometimes. But I like to consider myself friendly. And anytime I go anywhere, I always ask, hi, how are you? And most of the time I beat somebody to the punch. Today I had to go to the library because my printer is broken, and Amy is making her summit training, and she used a picture of Amanda Rakowski, her and I, and she's like, hey, I need to fill you out this release and have you scan it or print it and scan it. I was like, well, shit, my printer's broken. So I went to the library and had to make a library card. And the guy behind the counter, he was so like stone cold bite killer. I was like, hi, how are you? And he was like, what? I was like, how are you today? And he was like, nobody's asked me that, so I actually have to kind of think about that. And I'm like, it's 5 PM and nobody has asked you how your day is. That makes me sad. But like when I go places, I always talk to people. I talk to people in the mall. I talk to people in the coffee shop. And I always kind of hint, like, you need to talk to people about what we do. And you need to get out of the comfortability of social media and do it too. Because if you're not going out and talking to people when you're out in public, like, you're selling yourself short, and it's awkward and it's uncomfortable. And like I said, I'm like never, it's not something I'm perfect at, and I've gotten better when I talk about what I do. So say I'm at a coffee shop, because this is most common for me, and I'm working at the coffee shop, and the girl's like, oh, are you just getting off work? And I'm like, no, actually I'm here to work for a while. She's like, oh, you work from your phone or from your computer? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a health and fitness coach. She's like, oh, you had to go to school for a long time for that, right? And I'm like, no, actually not. Friend me on Facebook and I'll tell you more about it. I run these online groups where I set people up with at-home workout programs, as simple, easy to plug into meal plan with daily superfoods and accountability. It's really fun, and I love this job. It's totally changed my life. I actually used to be a barista. And just being open and like communicating with people. So have that 3 feet rule. Well, just so I don't forget, because I totally will forget this, I'm going to challenge you guys. Today's Wednesday. By Sunday, because we have a weekend, I want you guys to go out and talk to 5 people, which really isn't that many people. But when you're out and about, talk to people. Have somebody like be like, hey, we should be friends on Facebook, or don't be like totally creepy, but like, you know, talk to people. I challenge you all to, by Sunday, go out wherever you are, whether it's coffee shop, whether it's park. Hopefully you have a kid or a dog that you're taking, not just being a creep. I've gotten really weird looks walking through parks before when I had green hair. When I was walking by myself, I don't have a dog to walk. I'd get weird looks probably walking OJ. Couldn't get him that far. But like, the farmer's market is an awesome one. The Saturday market, if you're in Portland, even though you could talk to some weird people there too. whatever you're doing, like your day job, whatever, if you have a day job, just get out and talk to 5 people about what we do as coaches. Just casually bring it up, or friend 5 people. Start 5 conversations in person with people, and once you do it, post it in the team page and tag me so I see who's actually doing it and if you accept this challenge, because it's all about getting outside your comfort zone. So another thing is sharing your story and like sharing more of it. This is something I'm totally guilty of. I've gotten so comfortable sharing parts of my story, but not all of my story. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure everybody's muted. Hold on. Like I can easily say, yeah, I went, I barely graduated high school. I did a lot of drugs. I did some shoplifting in high school. Like, no problem. I can say that stuff without blinking. I can say I lived paycheck to paycheck, and that I struggled, and that I ate shit for years, and that I was uncomfortable in my skin, and then I hated pictures taken of me. I can say that stuff till like I'm blue in the face. But talking about growing up with alcoholic parents and being evicted from houses makes me really uncomfortable. Not really, but it's like more so I'm so worried about what my family thinks. And I've mentioned it before, and I've gotten messages from my family being like, can you like remove that? That's just embarrassing. Are you trying to embarrass our family? And I'm like, but at the same time, I think there's something to talking about it, because apparently on social media, some people think I'm privileged, and that is the reason I can work from home, and that is the reason I can coach, because I've now gotten 2 comments from 2 separate people about me only being able to do this because I grew up privileged. And yes, I had it a lot better than I know a lot of people did. But I did grow up with parents going in and out of rehab and losing our childhood homes multiple times and not being able to eat anything besides pasta for a week or 2 at a time, and living in my dad's truck, and like all these other things that I don't talk about out of respect for my family. But I feel like I need to talk about it a little bit more, because when I've talked about sharing my story, when I've talked about coaching, somebody said like the other day, and her comment just pissed me off. She talked about how I was privileged, and I needed to acknowledge how privileged I was when I talk about my accomplishments with this business. And so I got uncomfortable in that comment, and I just told her, I was like, hey, I know I had a lot better than a lot of people, but I struggled going through school. I barely graduated high school. I don't have any education besides a high school diploma, and I grew up with 2 alcoholic parents, and I said something else. But I was like, this isn't about this. This is about how this opportunity can change your life. But I'm going to personally work on sharing more of my story and getting uncomfortable and talking about the things that I don't talk about, because I think there's something to that, and I think people can relate to it, but it's not something that I talk about or give people the option to relate to. So I'm going to work on coming to terms with my family and telling them, hey, I'm going to share this. You need to deal with it. Is there something specifically you don't want me to talk about? But it's like, I need to be okay with that. And I just want to lead by example for you guys, and hope that you guys see that I'm getting outside my comfort zone talking about this stuff, and that everybody should. And with that, like I also talked about on that video where I went live on Facebook, about how I had fears before I became a coach. How I thought it might be a pyramid scheme, except I didn't actually know what a pyramid scheme was, but I was told that it was a pyramid scheme by my family. I talked about fear of failure, fear that I couldn't do it, fear that I wasn't good enough. And a lot of people can relate to hearing about your fears too, and hearing about what maybe stopped you the first time you were asked and probably said no, because most people the first time they're asked to become a coach say no. The next thing is get on the phone with people. If you have somebody who is struggling with, say you're taking them through the scripts for a challenge group, or you're taking them through the coaching scripts, or they're in the sneak peek, get on the phone with somebody. If they're struggling with something, or if they want to like learn more about something, get on the phone. Let them hear your voice and let them hear and see that you are real. Don't be afraid to get on the phone. And also send voice messages. I think that's really fun. A lot of the time on Facebook, I send voice messages, especially when people ask me about coaching, rather than just sending like a message or the scripts. And I'll read the scripts, but I'll do it via voice message, and that's fun. And a lot of people are like, what? You can send voice messages on Facebook? This is really weird. I didn't know this was a thing. But it's fun, and like people like hearing your voice. Next is meet up with people. And I always goof this up. I'm pretty sure anybody, I don't know who's on this call. I know Amber signed up after you and I met after you became a coach. Kelly, you and I met before you signed up as a coach, and I'm sure I goofed some. It was before, was it after you signed up? I think it was after.
It was after, and funny thing, I just took Holly there yesterday for our GSR call.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I remember you threw me off because, like, I was like, this is the first time I'm ever meeting this chick. And Amber, that was the first time I met you too in person, was like after you signed up. But you asked me about tax questions, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I do, but I was not expecting that. Like, it's so funny because it's important to connect with people face to face. Like today, I've had this girl who is going to sign up as a coach. I mean, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, but like, I'm pretty solid that she's going to sign up. Her name is Olivia, and we've been friends on Facebook for a year and a half maybe, and she's always sharing fitness stuff on her page. And so literally, this is what I do. I friend 5 new people a day, at least on Facebook. If you guys aren't, you should be as well. That's a good way of getting outside your comfort zone. And then I like talked about last week how you can go through and you can create groups for like those new people and go back and talk to people. And if you didn't watch the call from last week, it's up in the group or on my Facebook, or I don't know, not on my Facebook, on my YouTube, but I can repost it too. But I think I posted the recording. I don't know. I'm brain dead right now. But she was one of those people who I was talking to, and she posted something about like just loving the skin that you're in and working out because you love yourself. And I straight up commented on her post. I'm like, oh my gosh, you are so inspiring. Have you ever thought about what I do as a coach? This was like months ago. And we've gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. We were going to meet up. She got sick. She watched my stuff, my Snapchat through the cruise. And when we got together today, she's like, oh my gosh, you just keep asking people on your social media, like, why not me? And I keep thinking, why the heck not me? And so I want to know, why the heck not me? I've been doing a lot of soul searching, and I think this is right for me. But I'm not good at talking about facts and figures and how you earn income. This is something I suck at talking about. And that's why I love that there are videos on this, because I am not an emerald personality. If you haven't figured out what gem you are, dating Johnson gems, it's very interesting. I was very surprised by Amber and Sarah's gems. I remember after the cruise, they did the gem test, and I was very surprised after we had a long conversation with Amy and Kevin about it. But when you find out what gem you are, you can start like noticing what other gems other people are. Like emerald personalities, just to give you guys like an idea of a couple of them. Emeralds are very facts and figures people. They like to know details. They like to have a plan. Ruby is motivated by money and I think recognition. I might be wrong. I might be. No, I think that's right. And then like Sapphire is motivated by fun and free-spirited and travel. And can you guess what I am? I am Sapphire. And I know that's like my main gem. I can't remember what my second is. It's been a while since I've done the test. I should redo it. But I'm not like a facts and figures person. Like if you've ever met or know my friend Carly Sullivan, we are like the opposite. She is about as far emerald as you can get. Like she likes travel, but she's not, and she's like motivated by things, but she likes a plan. And I'm just like, hey, just tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. But I'm really bad at being organized and making lists and things. Like I kind of suck at that. And so today when we were talking, I was like trying to explain the income opportunity, and she's done a sneak peek. I forgot that I've had her in a sneak peek a while back. But it was like a while back. So I'm like re-explaining things. And I like kept goofing up, and I was like, honestly, I'm telling you, like, I'm horrible at talking about this, but I do it. I'm real. I'm here. This isn't a pyramid scheme thing because I'm not a fraud and that's illegal. And this opportunity changed my life. And basically it comes down to helping people, inviting people, being a product of the product, and sharing what you're doing. And honestly, you share on social media already. Like, she has a really big following on Instagram. She has like 13,000 followers. I didn't even realize that before today. And she gets a lot of traction. She's like, yeah, I already influence so many people. People already ask me what I do. I'm like, honestly, that's like the hardest part right there, sharing on social media. So if you're cool with that, like, that's cool. And then we were talking about our backgrounds a bit, and I had no idea about this girl. Like, she's 22. She's tattooed. She's like hippie. She likes to go to raves and stuff like that. But I was like, oh yeah, this girl fits my brand. And then what's weird, and this has happened to a lot of people who are my personal development coaches, some of the team and that people I've connected with also have alcoholic parents or addict parents. And this girl, we were talking about our childhoods, and they were very similar. She grew up with parents who were addicts, and I was like, oh, this is weird how that happens. And like, it's just connecting with people and knowing that you're gonna screw up in person. Like, you're not supposed to be perfect, and that shows people that, if anything, you don't need to try to be perfect, because you don't want to put on a mask. You want people to see that you're real, and that'll show people that they can do it. And that's why I told her, I was like, if I can do this, anybody can do this, because I'm screwing that. Like, I'm not saying this right. And I'm just honest. I own the fact that I am not factual and that I'm driven by fun, and I can do work, and I have no problem sitting down and nailing out my invites and follow-ups and everything like that. But when it comes to facts and figures and like explaining the income opportunity and team cycle bonuses, that's how good I am at that. That's like really how good. And hopefully I get better over time, because, you know, I'm going to be doing this for life. So I need to get better at explaining it. But it's just something that, know that I'm 2.5 years into this almost. And if I can get coaches started by saying what I say, like, then you can too. And know that it's going to be uncomfortable, and that it's going to be awkward the first couple times, but it's fun. And like she said, she's like, yeah, my boyfriend was kind of nervous for me coming to meet a stranger, but I told him that I already felt like I knew you. And I was like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, just like meeting anybody from the team or at events, like, you feel like you already know people. Like, I felt like I knew Kelly, and I felt like I knew Amber, and all of you. Like, I feel like I know. I've never met Hannah, and I feel like I know you. When I see you at Summit, I'm going to hug you, because I feel like I know you. The first time I met Emily Trathen, I squeezed the heck out of her at Summit, because it was the first time I ever actually met her. But it felt like she was already like family. And then just another way, if you have space at your house, host a fit club, or find somewhere to host a fit club if there's not one in your area. It's a great way to get challengers started or coaches. It wasn't until I invited Jenna into a fit club and gave her Shakeology samples that she signed up as a coach. So that, I mean, like, I don't know what you thought. Hey, Jenna, since you're on, why don't you unmute yourself and talk? Because I know I've talked about you before multiple times, and I've called you out, but like, I know in the beginning, I told Jenna to become a coach so many times, because we worked together, and it was really annoying. I was like, you should just do this. But it wasn't until like, and everybody else told me, I know I've talked about this, like at Starbucks told me I was in a cult, and then Jenna wasn't going to join my cult. But it wasn't until I invited her to a fit club. She met other coaches who were doing this. She met Carly, Jen, and Jackie, 2 of which who are no longer coaches, and tried Shakeology, that she decided to actually say yes. So maybe you can talk about what your frame of reference, or like what your idea behind that was.
Yeah, I think like you just telling me about it, I was like, I don't know, like what she's talking about really. I was like, I understand like Beachbody does these workouts, and like I did Insanity, and I was doing P90X3, and so I was like, okay, like I'm into that, but I was like, I just don't know like anything of what this coaching thing was. And so I think like actually going to like a fit club and like meeting other coaches, and like they were just like normal people too, that
Not normal.
didn't necessarily like didn't necessarily like have it all figured out. So that helped. But then I think, I don't know, it was more like just the community, I think, that made me be like, okay, like I'll do this, because I see these girls like getting together every week, and I'm like, I like need that in my life, like some like friends and something to like keep me inspired. And so I think that was like the biggest thing why I really wanted to do it, because I just wanted like friends and like people who were also interested in like health and fitness. Yeah, because I mean, I didn't like start coaching for like a business or anything. I was like, I didn't think I could like do any of that. That was not like what got me. It was just like the like community, I think, and the support. Yeah.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you start a fit club? So we did one in my friend Jen's, who was my first coach, her garage, and we just literally we'd switch workouts from week to week. But actually, before that, it was Amy who actually started it. That's how she got me to sign up, is she invited me over to her house for a fit club. And that's why Carly Sullivan signed up, because she didn't want me to get murdered by a stranger I met on the internet. And literally, she made Shakeology samples after the workout, but she invited a bunch of people. And I think it was me, two other her coaches, and Carly, who were like long gone after I signed up. But it's like we just literally press play on workout out in her garage together. It wasn't anything like formal or anything you have to do. Like, I think the only time that you need to get people to sign waivers or anything like that is if you're instructing like a live class in like a park or something like that. But anytime else, it can just be a garage, just like a workout with people, and it's fun. I wish I had a garage to do them, or something like that, because that was really fun. But yeah, that's why I signed up. It's because I felt like the connection, and like I got to really see what the workouts were about in Shakeology, because I was super skeptical about Shakeology. I was very anti Shakeology. I told Amy actually I wasn't going to do a Shakeology, and she told me I couldn't be in her group. And then I tried Shakeology. I was like, oh, this doesn't taste like shit. All the other powders and stuff taste like shit. And so that was almost 3 years ago. 3 years ago in August, I think. But yeah, so it's another way to get outside your comfort zone is do something like that. Or like if you're outdoorsy like me, go on hikes, invite people for hikes, invite people from the team. We can do a team-wide hike and invite a bunch of potential coaches. Be like, hey, funny, all these people showed up who are all on the team. Let's talk about this crazy thing that we do and how we all met through social media. Just be as blunt as a bat. But, like, it's just getting outside your comfort zone and talking to people about it and not being afraid to, and finding different ways to talk about it. Olivia just says, she keeps seeing me say, why not you? Why not you? And it's driving her crazy. She's like, okay, if this girl can do it, I can. I'm like, sweet. But I just think, and I'm really happy for everybody who has people in the sneak peek. By the way, I think it's going really well. For our first sneak peek, we have like maybe 50 people in there. Last time I checked, I don't know. But there's a lot of people in there, which is cool. And we really didn't have very much time to promote it. But I kind of wanted to like hammer out details because we've been like talking about it. So our 10-day Coach Basics starts the second Monday of every month. Are you guys good with that, like all around? Or should we start at the first Monday of every month? Because the first Monday starts also the 3 vitals and the crap. I don't think I posted the training in today's Coach Basics. Somebody want to tell me, did I do that? Did I not? I don't know. I thought I did it, but now I'm questioning myself.
I think we should do the first of every month, or like a Monday rather. Sorry.
I like the idea of Coach Basics starting beginning of the month. Okay, first Monday. So I'll be changing that. So first Monday of the month, we'll do Coach Basics from now on. And then for the sneak peeks, do you guys want to keep it on the third Monday of every month, or do you want to do the second Monday of every month? I kind of like Amy, and like Set Your Soul on Fire starts on the third, but Danny Barrett and her team, Inspire Tribe, they start theirs on the second, and which is nice because you can add people throughout the rest of the month, and it gives you, but you have to be promoting it. So I mean, what do you guys think? Do you want to start it on the second and have more time to add people throughout the month, or promote it longer and have it the third Monday of every month? Thoughts? And I need thoughts. Tell me things. Type in. Somebody comment. Tell me.
I like it the way it is. Third Monday.
Third Monday?
Yeah. Gives us more time. The third Monday.
Maybe the third Monday of the month. Okay, third Monday. So, Coach, Team Live and Love, even though we still need to think about a name, I'm just obsessing over my rank. My rank at the moment. 1 star? Did you drop? I can't.
Yeah. Sarah might get her diamond back, but she lost her diamond. But I just realized that I only have 1 emerald on my left side. So I'm like freaking out right now. Don't mind me.
No worries. And I totally understand that because, it's funny. So by the way, if you're my personally sponsored coach.
I'll be diamond again by the end of the week, Amber.
No, you're good. You're on my right side. My right side's strong. My right side's going killer. My left side, not so good.
If you're my personally sponsored coach, you have a lot of stuff coming your way. Like, I have so many things to send out right now. Like, lots of things. And I finally got the Pura Vida bracelets I've been waiting for. So I'm sending stuff out tomorrow. But where was I going with this? There was something specific. Oh, rank. I was writing down people, and I was like, oh, this girl, I need to send her emerald thing and her success club thing. And I go in, and she's gone. She didn't even tell me she quit. I'm like, oh, thanks. She was an emerald coach, a solid emerald. Just gone. Poof. Like, and I actually messaged her that last week. I don't know. When did I get this stuff? I got this stuff this week. Or maybe the end of last week. It was the end of last week. And I messaged her like 2 days before because I realized also, just if you guys don't know this, once you become an emerald, like, to do Beachbody, you only have to, like, you can only do Beachbody. No, you're not allowed to do other MLMs. So oils, Mary Kay, I don't know what else there is. But I know makeup in general, unique. Other MLMs, I think there's energy drink ones, but hopefully if you're a coach, you wouldn't do an energy drink MLM. But there are other ones. Once you become an emerald coach, you actually have to make a decision. Like, you're not allowed to do multiple MLMs. It's one of Beachbody's rules because a lot of them are direct competitors and sell some sort of shake or something that competes with Shakeology or whatever. And this girl, I realized she posted something on her page about doing Mary Kay. And I was like, hey, I didn't know you did Mary Kay. And like, hey, just so you know, you're emerald. So, like, you have to make a decision. Guess she made her decision. She just decided not to tell me. And she was a solid emerald. I think she had 5 coaches. She went emerald in like a week. Hit Success Club her first 2 months. Hit Success Club 10 even. And then, peace. Whoop. And I didn't realize it until I was going to do recognition. I was looking through my downline. And I was like, oh, I need to send this person, this person, this person. I was like, but wait, where'd she go? Oh, she's gone. Poof. So I understand the rank thing, Amber, because that freaked me out there for a second. And what was I going to say? Oh, so first Monday of the month, we have Coach Basics. Second Monday, or no, nothing starts the second Monday. We're just promoting things. We're promoting the sneak peek that week. And then third Monday, we'll start our sneak peek, if that works for everybody. And then that gives us plenty of time to do stuff for promoting and talking about it and just being unapologetic about it. And every month, we can also create an event on Facebook. We can do a big team event like we did. And maybe since we know that we're going to do it and we have the videos made and everything, we can start, like, people can go live on the event. We can make everybody, anybody who wants to be admin on the event page, so you can go live and you can talk maybe a little bit about yourself and why you're coaching, and that can get more people involved in, like, seeing it. Because, for instance, I know I have girls in the it's so funny. Like, people can keep them to themselves. One of the girls who I have in the sneak peek, her name's Emily Rose, maybe. I don't know. That's her really last name. And I don't know. But she's been in my challenge group for like 4 months. 4 months sounds about right. and she just started insane max 30, but I thought like from the first round of 21 Day Fix that she'd make a great coach, but we haven't really, like, I've talked to her and she's like, eh. And then finally she's in the sneak peek, and she talked about how she had a bad experience with coach relations, and she wasn't really sure if she believed Kelly, what we were saying, because she had a bad experience. She didn't know if, but I had no idea. And I talk about it in my challenge group. I'm like, hey, if you guys ever need help, I'm here. But she never mentioned that to me. But it's like, I think sometimes people need to see that there's more than just us. Like, Jenna needed to see that it was a real community. This girl, Olivia, today wanted to see that it was a real community. And, like, so that's why I like these events and hearing people's story and seeing other people talk and, like, share a bit about themselves, so people think that you don't have to be one thing or another to coach. You just have to be yourself and do that and do it unapologetically. But, yeah. So we have, I think there's 30 days in this month, or is there 31? 30, 31? 31. So there's 11 days, no, 13 days. We're the 18th. Today's the 18th. So that means there's 13 days left in the month to hit Success Club, and to get coaches started. So that's another thing. If you don't already have people in the sneak peek, you can keep talking about it and keep talking about how we have this event going on and how excited you are for all the new coaches on the team, because there will be new coaches. And just talk about it. Fake it till you make it. Talk about the team as a whole. You don't have to be successful in order to talk about success on your social media. So try to set a goal of number of people you'll get in the sneak peek by the end of the month. And then you can just have them catch up, or they can take it day by day. I kind of feel people out if I add people later. And I'm like, hey, I don't know if you want to take this day by day. I have some people who finish the sneak peek in all of like a day, if it's been up already, and they just fly through the videos. But you should make a goal to get like 5 to 10 people in the coach sneak peek by the end of the month. And then, I mean, because when you share about the sneak peek and when you talk to people about coaching, know that not everybody's going to say yes. People are going to say not right now. They're not going to sign up. They're not going to, like, you can't count your chickens before they hatch. So there's that. And we have Max 30 on sale this month. And hopefully you're talking about that and doing that program, or talking about what else. Size is on sale this month for 140 as well. And yeah, so I hope that you guys are really pushing. Like I said, it's really important, especially if you're going to Summit. I hope everybody going to Summit hits Success Club 10, because you had Success Club 10 this month, and next month you get to go to the Success Club party. I know there's a +1 too, but it's better to have your own ticket. So there's that, and the parties are fun. Last year, a lot of us went to the party. I know Amber, Jenna, no, Emily didn't go. Chelsea, I think it was, that's the night Jenna kissed Suggy, a Kalev on the lips. 25 total though, right? Is it 25 total? Did I read that wrong? I've been saying 20. I might have read that wrong. Honestly, I haven't thought that much about it. I think you're right. I'll check the FAQ on that. So it just means that you have to hit 25. So you need to hit Success Club 10 this month and this month, but you need to hit a little over it both months and have a total of 25 Success Club points between the 2 months to get your ticket to the party. But you have to hit at least Success Club 10 the first month. So say you hit Success Club 12 this month and you hit Success Club 13 next month, you would get in. Or if you hit Success Club 10 this month and you hit Success Club 15 next month, you'd get your ticket. But everybody gets a +1, but you don't want FOMO, fear of missing out, because the parties are fun. And yeah. Anybody else have anything? Just hope that everybody's having a good month and that you are doing your personal development and listening to the National Wake Up Call. That was a really good one, talking about fear of social media this week, or like posting on social media and sharing your story and stuff. And if you don't listen to it right when, because my deal is I listen to it half the time and then I have to re-listen to it because it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and most of the time I'm in bed on Monday mornings with Dylan. And I'm just like, I'm not taking notes. I'm just laying here in bed. And so I re-listen to it so I can actually take notes and do things with that information. But one thing that when you're reading your personal development and listening to the National Wake Up Calls and watching trainings, like you guys should be taking notes and putting these things into action. They're not going to do anything for your business if you're just like collecting the information and not doing anything with it. So use those things that these coaches are talking about and sharing about, and the mentors from your personal development are talking about, and implement them in your business and in your life, because that's when you'll start to see change, and when you will really come into your business and come into what you can do with it and your potential. But with that, if nobody has anything else, thank you guys so much for being on the call. I will I can't talk. I lost my tongue for a second. I will post the recording in the team page, and I'm excited for tomorrow's sneak peek video from Amber, and then Jenna's day 5. I think it was a really fun week this week. I'm gonna remake mine though for next month, day 1. I'm gonna redo that. Personally, I wanted to do something better, and I was not happy with my video. And I want to make it the best video for you guys that I possibly can. So there's that.
Real quick, Kate, are you using, for the sneak peek, are we using the same one, but starting it on the 3rd Monday? The same one that we used this month?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it'll be a separate group.
Right,
Just
but
like,
same videos and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, if we see one that we don't like, or if honestly, I hope everybody, I'm going to remake mine because.
Oh, no, I think I was just curious because I didn't know if, I needed to, how long will that one be going if I wanted to add somebody to it?
It'll be going until the next one opens.
Okay, got it.
Just because it was I think just like the one with Amy, I want to give you guys time. I would stop adding people the week before, but I'll keep it open until we close, until the next one, because if you have somebody who's really interested, we can just throw people in there. Because it is a really good tool to get people started. Besides meeting with people and word vomiting. I was actually trying really hard not to word vomit and just speak from my heart today, but I got kind of goofy. So we'll see if I sign this girl up or not. But I hope you guys have an awesome night, and let's kick ass next 13 days of the month. I have some big goals, and I'm going to push myself outside my comfort zone.
Kate, I have something to say.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how to unmute myself. I'm like, wait! Well, crap, what was I going to say? Oh, if 22 hardcore, I know this is a really random question, but do we know if that will ever be a live certification?
I have no idea. But I would think it might, because Tony's other programs are. P90X, the P90X series all is. So, and and how it worked for but then again, they never did Insanity Max 30, but Insanity is, and Size is. So I don't know how that works. I can ask, or Jenna can ask, I don't know. I don't know when Jen talks to Jen, or Jenna talks to Jen, but Jen is a master trainer. I don't know if they know anything about that or if they're allowed to talk about it.
That would be really rad, because I kind of want to do that at Summit if it's possible.
I would do that with you too, Kel.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be up at Summit, because it already would have been announced, and they would have started a list for it.
That's what I thought, but in future.
In future, yeah. How fun would it be certified in country heat? But I don't know. Again, I don't know, because autumns aren't like that. But I think we find out at Summit who the next trainer is, who the next celebrity trainer is. Because did anybody else who was on the cruise? I can't remember. Does that thing start? Did anybody else see this? You know what I'm talking about? The whole celebrity trainer. Reality TV thing on Vine. Does that start at Summit, or do they have the person by Summit? I was confused.
I don't think it was starting. I think it was not gonna. I don't know. I think there was something else was gonna. They have some other big announcement though. They do have some big announcement.
Yeah, I think they're either starting that if you guys weren't didn't see the video, basically there's going to be a reality show on BOD for the next celebrity trainer for Beachbody, which is ridiculous and amazing all at the same time. It's called like the 20s because the people are all in their 20s, I think, or something like that. And also they're going to be doing, Autumn's going to be doing like cooking stuff for BOD, like cooking demonstration stuff for BOD, so that'll be pretty cool. I know also Carl talked about on the cruise that in the next few months they'll be opening up, yeah, because our trainers are getting old. I think Shalene's like getting up there, and Tony. I don't know how old Sean is, but I think Tony and Shalene are getting up there. Autumn but I mean, Joel and Jericho are announcing a workout as well at Summit, so that'll be really fun. That's why I think I'm doing I was doing Country Heat. That's right. I forgot we only got to choose one this year. But yeah, Joel and Jericho are announcing a workout at Summit. And then if you guys aren't going to Summit, I hope you know that there will be a Super Saturday, like the weekend after Summit. There always is. I don't know the exact date. I wrote it down. I don't know where my notes are from Super Saturday are. But if you look on the Coach Online office and FAQ, Super Saturday, the next one will show up. And you should put that down and ask for the time off, or make sure that you're going to be there, because these events are like a non-negotiable for your business. And this Super Saturday is called like the Summit After Summit. And you guys will get to see all the announcements, and there's always a workout. And so it might be a Joel and Jericho workout or a Country Heat workout, something new. And they're just really important if you've ever been to one, and they're really fun to connect with the team and everything. So it's also a great way to invite prospects too, if people want to learn more about coaching and really see the community. And if there's not one in your area, you can host one. But if you're in Portland, there's a big ass one, and most cities there are now. But yeah. So
I have one more random question.
Yeah.
It's about like pages. So when you do your first, you know how there's like a call to action you can do? What do you pick? Like there's so many that seem like I want to do them, but
I haven't done one. Anybody who really, Kelly, you use your like page a lot. Amber uses her like page.
Okay, I'm just gonna come clean. I don't have a like page, so I'm just gonna make my like page. I don't know. I don't understand though. Like I don't understand the call to action thing.
Amy just reamed me for this the other day.
What I did for the call to action was, I think I either had it set up to like email me, or it directed people to my website.
Ah, that's what it is.
Yeah. And it's like you have a lot of options, and it depends. What I would think about is what people do. If you're constantly coming to you for like, if they want to contact you, then put your put your email address, or like direct it so that they can message you. And if people come to you a lot of the times for like fitness advice, or if they want to do your challenge group, then set it up so it directs them to like a woohoo form for like
job form
coaching or something like that. I think I'm going to change mine so that it directs people to like my become a coach and become a client like form thing.
I like that idea.
Are you free next week, Kelly? Because I'm some training.
Yeah, it's like my first week off in forever. I'm traveling all over the place lately, but we should totally get together.
It would be fun if anybody does have time next week. If somebody wants to set something up, where we all have time.
I mean, sometimes it's like that technical stuff. We don't, it's hard to talk about in this type of a setting because it just is,
Yeah.
Share a screen and stuff.
We can do a screen share and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If Kelly really knows. We can have a job form party. Yeah, we can have a job form party or something, and work party. I'm down.
Okay.
I'll come up with some stuff, like some of my like page stuff, and I'll even talk about like my website stuff, because that's a really useful tool.
Hannah will somebody will FaceTime you, and Jenna. Yeah. Let's Periscope it. Wait. The Periscope, won't they can't anybody hop on Periscope? See, I stopped using Periscope because I got confused about who can. I think everybody can see. I don't know how to do Periscope. Or we could Zoom or FaceTime or yeah, I'm out of the loop. I don't know. I don't know anything. Periscope, like
I don't know why I just like want to type everything. I'm just like not gonna. Like,
we want to hear your voice.
I was gonna type. I want
Be quiet,
to
Amber.
like taking me way too long to type. I do want to. I would like to get together to have some kind of like explanation on that stuff too. Like I don't get the call to action stuff. I don't get the job form. I don't get. I'm sure if I sat down and just like tried, I'd figure it out. But I think it might be more fun to like do it together. But it would be cool if there was a way we could like maybe get together next week and then really for real like somehow film it or like I don't know.
Yeah. No, we could either film it or we could, yeah, depending on what it is. And I mean, if we figure it out, we can always like implement it and do a screen share training because now I know how to do that on my computer with Zoom. But yeah, I have no idea how to do call to action stuff. And Amy was like, you need to pull your head out of your ass with this and figure it out so you can teach your team. So
I would be down to do that. And Kelly, if you could be the master
we can
of
figure
the
out.
last page. But maybe we can collaborate on the page and figure out where we could do this. And we should film it because it might be helpful.
We could go live on the team page.
We could do that, or there is actually like at the bottom of my computer screen, there's a screen share button, and I have done screen share through this like Zoom call platform, and it's really easy.
Yeah.
If we could like post in the team page, ask people like what technical like technology kind of questions they have, or things that have to do with like pages, website, all that.
I'm down.
If people have like questions.
Yeah. So we can figure that out. I'm available like anytime next week, so we can work around somebody else's schedule. And I want to go hike and drink coffee. Okay. Thursdays and
I
Fridays.
live far away, but I could possibly host something, maybe.
Oh yeah, you're out in Troutdale,
Yeah.
where I used to live
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
back in the
Well, I
day.
mean, I don't know.
I'm from T-Dale.
I have space as long as it's not like, I mean, no, actually I have space. I just would have to figure out like if people wanted to drive out here. Otherwise we could do Portland because probably more people are in Portland.
Yeah. My apartment's small. I mean, we could make it work, but have my office and my living room.
I'll seriously go anywhere. I just want to learn how to do this stuff.
Okay. I'm in Clackamas, so wherever. Yeah, I think there's a good amount of people all over. Kelly's on Savi's. Jenna's in LA. Sorry, we can't host it at your place, Jenna. But yeah, that'll be fun. I'm down. And there's people who Hannah moved to Oregon. Hannah wins. She's a friend. Yeah. I think there's one other person on the team who lives there's only like a couple other people on the team who lives on the East Coast, furthest away. Furthest, I can't talk. Danica lives in Maryland. Is that where she lives? I was wondering where the heck she lived. Because I thought she lived in LA for a quick minute, and then I realized she didn't. But yeah, that'd be really fun. I'm down. Thursday or Friday. I'm down.
I vote for Friday.
Okay. If it works for other peeps, I'm down. Just tell me when and where. And we can have a Shakeology party. We can make Shakeology balls. Or Shakeology peanut butter cups. I don't know. Amber's and always make me drool. Yours look way better than mine. Like always. Yeah, next Friday. Works for me.
Pause. Yeah, next Friday, and I'm free in the evening.
In the evening.
Yeah, so we can have like a rage fest.
Next Friday Eves. I'm down. That'll be so fun. Oh my gosh. We just need to figure out a place. And we can post about it.
I might have my kiddo, but
He's so cute though.
he can like come along or something.
Fisher's adorable.
Not ideal, but I want to do this.
Yeah. No, Fisher's adorable.
Thanks. I just want to say something else really quick about Shakeology treats. Chelsea, what is her name? Not Pearson, Bush?
Yeah.
What is her name?
Blush Pearson or
Okay.
something.
She posted an Instagram about this, and then I know Kel has done it, and I've done it too. You just take chocolate Shakeology, mash it with half a banana. It takes it's kind of hard. A little bit of coconut oil kind of helps it, and then just some almond butter, and you just like really work it, and it becomes like frosting, and it's so good.
I need
Just
to
like eating it like a bowl of frosting.
Can you say that one more time, please?
Yeah. So you take a scoop of just Shakeology. I've only done it with chocolate, and then half a banana that's pretty ripe and sweet, and then some almond butter, like I don't know, like a teaspoon, tablespoon, whatever, a couple tablespoons, and then just a teaspoon. Okay, really like a tablespoon, and then a little bit of coconut oil. I've been adding because it just helps like liquefy it a little more. But you really have to like work at it, and then eventually it becomes like thick frosting, like out of like a tub. It's like so good.
That sounds delicious.
I wanted to like share about it, but it doesn't look pretty. Like it doesn't. There's no way to like make it look like attractive.
By the way, I still want your pesto zucchini avocado concoction.
Okay, I'll send it to you. It's really
me too.
Yeah.
You're gonna be busy.
I'll post about it. I'll post it on my like page.
We can
Like,
make
that apparently, like everyone's like losing their mind on that picture. I mean, not just you guys, but like I got so many likes on it.
I know. I was like, damn, I want that right now.
It was really easy. So yeah, I'll share it on my like page.
Okay, sweet. I totally wrote down that recipe. I don't have almond butter in the house right now because I was just PMSing. If I'm PMSing with almond butter in the house or nut butter, that jar gets gone like real quick.
It's always funny because when you're PMSing, I always know, oh my God, I have like a week. And I always know when you're PMSing because you share it. So I'm always like, shit. So funny.
Mine's been so effed up since the cruise, though. Everybody freaking messed mine up. I was like, I don't even know. Mine just ended, but it was like I jumped 2 weeks at the cruise because of Jenna and everybody else who was PMSing. Oh man! But yeah, then I'm always talking about PMSing.
So funny.
Anyways, well, this was fun. This is a really good call. Okay, so we just need to figure out a where now. We have next Friday Eves for the place. But
Are we thinking Portland?
Portland, somewhere in Portland.
Just so that's like central.
Yeah. I'm in Southwest. I don't know if anybody actually lives in like Portland. But we can also post it in the team page and see where everybody is because I'm sure other people who are on the call might want to come or might want to join. Sorry, my cat's. So we can post in the team page for. It's gonna appear by my face.
Oh, dang, cute.
He's so
Can
fat.
you get a close up of your cat real quick?
He's big.
Like, if you guys haven't seen how big he is, like,
Oh, so cute. Oh.
this is all belly. He's so cute. He's a little shithead, but he's cute. He actually knocked over apparently I didn't close my Energize all the way, and he jumped up on the counter, broke a glass, and I walked into the living room, or not the living room, the kitchen this week. Monday, Tuesday? I don't know what day it was. No, it was Monday. And there was a shattered glass and Energized all over my rug, all over the kitchen. Little shithead. I was pissed at him for like an hour. I just think he got into it because he was being all hyper and shit. Anyways, so I'll post it on the team page, and we can figure something out and where we can go. And yeah, so thank you guys for being on the call. This was a really fun one. And I mean, we can always do like open form calls and really figure out the logistics of stuff that everybody wants training on, whether it's like preferred placement or online office or like page stuff, and just figure it out and do it together. And jot form and all that jazz. I almost said jizz. Anyways, with that, I'm going to end the call. Love you guys.